wrote the script in my head.
Go on.
Emprezz, thanks so much for having us today. For the benefit of our viewers who don't know who you are yet, can you please introduce yourself?
I'm a black woman. I'm a black woman from Jamaica. I am an entrepreneur, I'm a child advocate, I'm a television host, executive producer, and I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm a lover of all things Jamaican, all things African, and yeah, I'm a Jamaican personality.
That's fantastic. Could you tell us a little about this restaurant, Cafe Africa, that you've invited us to today?
Oh wow, Cafe Africa is developed by Stephen Golding, is a product of the ACL, African Communities League, which Marcus Garvey started back in the 1900s and something way back. So it's a UNIA, African Communities League project. It's actually reactivating what Garvey wanted. He had the Universal African restaurant in New York in his time. So it's pretty much bringing African cuisine to Jamaica, because we are 3-something million people, 2-point-something million, actually nearly 2.9 million of African descent, and nobody knows about African food. Nobody has ever tasted African food. So we do about 20-something dishes from 18 countries from the continent of Africa, and we're the first to introduce African cuisine to African descendants in Jamaica. So they have all of the cultures, but now we're like, it's time for your own roots, your own cultural cuisine.
That's fantastic. Can you tell us what you know about your own ancestry from Africa?
Well, I know that I'm of African descent from the books that I've read, the stories that have been told, and there's actually an autobiography written by my, I can't tell you if it's great, something like that, great grandfather. His name is Archibald Monteith. Obviously that was his enslaved name. I forgot the name it was before, but my aunt Joyce Buchanan is actually writing a book on him. She has his autobiography with her, but there was also another book that was written called The Jamaican Moravian, which speaks of Archibald Monteith and him coming over, and as a young boy on the slave ship, he speaks of being from the Igbo tribe, but he speaks a lot more about going into the church. But he was able to read, so he was able to then write. So we hear of his interaction through Christianity and his so-called slave masters. But he speaks as well of a little bit of the Igbo tribe, and that knowing that that's where he comes from. So we've always been able to identify that we are, my mother's side is of the Igbo tribe. So we know we come from Nigeria on that side of the family. So we embrace that, and you know, just being Garvians and studying and everything that has to do with Africa, and you know, Africans in the West, we know we're African, so we try and embrace our ancestry.
That's fantastic. What about your father's side? Where did your family come from?
It hasn't been spoken. You know, they broke us and separated us during slavery. So I'm not sure if he has that documentation. A lot of people don't seek it out. So thank God for my great grandfather's autobiography that our family now can speak on that. But I would say 99% of Jamaicans would have no idea of their African ancestry, because there wasn't enough written, you know, about it, and nobody's ever gone and said, let me just look back and see where I'm from. They don't really care. We're just living for the now, so we have no idea where our roots begin.
So right now, Jamaicans seem to be the fastest people in the world. So tell me, why do you think Jamaicans are so fast?
Because we're a special people, we're a special set. But I think we're so fast because I think we've decided to focus on track and field. I mean, we've had greats before, but in this day and this age, I think when a young man is running at school, because we have that track as a part of our school life, I think they're identified and picked up by a businessman and a coach that says, you know what, I'm going to give you the extra that you need. And then you have activities like chants and inter-school competitions, which allow them to develop their talent. And then you have people who spot them and are able to take them into a training camp. Just like we take football quite seriously, which is our soccer, I think we take track and field seriously. So they have an opportunity to train. I think that's why you get to actually see them, you understand? And why they become so great.
So you think that if we go back to Nigeria and we do the same things that we're doing here, that we can be as good as the Jamaicans?
I think so, because what man has done, man can do, you know, and I think that if you're not seeing them run, like for example, if you've never seen Emprezz run, you have no idea if I'm fast or slow. But if you have your eye on a business now and you think that, okay, out of how many million people are in Nigeria, we can start scouting and finding, but you need to have agencies and organizations out there trying to seek them, train them from early to get them in the global competition. So I think it's just about taking the business as a new industry seriously. I mean, we take tourism seriously. We do take sports quite seriously. I mean, there's ministers of sports and things like that. So I think it's about trying to develop the industry, and those who know it, go out to every school and then find them. They must be there. Black people run fast. We take home track and field all the time. So they're there, but I think we have to take it more seriously. Like how Australia have them in cricket school from early days, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I want to play a little game with you.
Oh gosh.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you've got to say, yeah man.
All right. But what if I don't want to say yeah man?
Then you say something else.
All right, okay, all right.
Okay, so Usain Bolt is the fastest man in the world.
For now. For now.
Okay.
Yeah man, for now.
Okay. Usain is going to break his world record in Rio 2016.
Yeah man.
Okay. Jamaicans are still going to be the fastest people at the Olympics, for the next Olympics.
Unless Nigeria gets a training school, no? Yeah man.
I like that answer. So I guess my final question, you've already kind of answered it for me.
Yes.
Nigeria is going to beat Jamaica at the next Olympics.
No, not beat. Come close. We might share a goal together. We might come close. But in the end, the motherland will rise.
Okay.
The motherland will rise.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Enjoy African food.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See you.